funny. It's not funny. It's sad, actually. But sometimes it is funny, I guess. When you hear some of these people throughout the country, you see the video of them. You know, we saw this video a few weeks ago of this ignorant, racist woman with a dog in New York, walking her dog without a leash, and then an African-American man videos her, and she threatens to call the police, and she does. And then she says, a black man is threatening me. You know, she loses her job. She loses her dog, which, by the way, I am all for. Because she's a complete dope.
She got her dog back.
Oh, she did get her dog back?
Central Park Karen.
Yeah, Central Park Karen we're talking about, yeah. But you see these videos, and I think it's great because this is, you know, I think cell phones have hurt us in a lot of different ways, but this is one of those situations where I think it helped us. George Floyd is another example of that. We would not have had a video, and we would not be talking about these 4 officers if innocent bystanders didn't video it on their cell phone. Well, we have another one of those situations, another racist nitwit. I'll tell you, this one got me really angry. I've seen a lot of these videos, and I kind of laugh at the stupidity of some of these people. This woman is so vile, and she's so disgusting, and I have so much hatred for this woman. I really hope she jumps off a cliff. I really do. Anyway, her name is SoCal Karen. It happened in Southern Cal, where you had, it appeared to be maybe a teenager, 17, 18-year-old girl, minding her own business in a park on some steps, just exercising. She wasn't hurting anybody. She was just working out and exercising. And the reason why this is recorded is because she was recording her workout for whatever reason. She was doing something that I couldn't do, that's for sure. She was exercising on a bunch of steps. I'd be out of breath. So it's just an innocent young girl who happens to be of Asian descent, I believe, who was working out on some steps. And then we see this old, grouchy woman who happens to be a racist based on this audio. I tell you, folks, I've seen a lot of these videos the last several years. This one really got me angry. It raised my blood pressure. I'm not a violent person, but some violent thoughts went through my head when I heard this exchange. Again, I'm setting the scene for you. It's in Southern Cal. And,
Torrance.
Yeah, and it's a young Asian woman who's exercising on some steps. She's doing nothing wrong. This woman walks past her. Have a listen to this exchange.
We don't play games here anymore, okay? Next time you ever talk to me like that, you're gonna get your ass kicked by my family. They're gonna f you up.
What did I do?
Right. They're gonna f you up.
What did I do?
Because you are an asshole. Look at the whole stairs to
but
yourself.
You had these
Why
stairs
don't
and
you
that
go somewhere
stairs?
else where you can go to a gym? This is not just for you.
Oh, you
Get
need
the f out of this world. Get the f out of this state. Go back to whatever Asian country you belong in.
Okay, racist.
This is not your place. This is not your home. We do not want you here. You put that on Facebook. I hope you do, because every person will beat the crap out of you from here on out. Don't you ever say, oh, Jesus, to me when I want to use the stairs, you little
There's other stairs.
You are a sick, ignorant teenager.
Oh, thank
wait,
you.
What, middle-aged woman? Who wears black in California sun? Who the wears black? Are you an idiot? You wear black in California sun?
Wait a second. When was it wrong? Is there a rule that you can't wear black in the California sun?
Yeah, I wasn't aware of that. Now, maybe Nevada sun.
Is that a rule? Okay, first of all,
Nevada sun does hit a little different.
I think it's fair to say that this woman has some serious problems.
No, she's clearly mentally ill.
This is
clear.
This is very disturbing. So cops yesterday spoke to this poor young woman. By the way, she handled it with such class. I give her so much credit. If I was that person, I promise you, I wouldn't be that calm. I don't know what would have happened, but I promise you, it wouldn't have ended well. I don't know what I would have done, but I don't know if I would have been able to control myself. But the police have spoken to this young woman, who was exercising at the park, and their police are now looking for this woman, and I hope they find her. She's going to be charged with misdemeanor criminal threats. That's serious. And sources say that cops are now working to locate the woman who spews this racist tirade. When cops wrap up the investigation, they're going to be submitting the case to the city attorney. See, these are the type of things where it shouldn't be about politics. These are the type of incidents where it has nothing to do whether you're a Republican or a Democrat. It has nothing to do with Donald Trump. It has nothing to do with Hillary Clinton's emails. This has everything to do with just hate, just a hateful human being. And sadly, there are a lot of people in society that are like this nut job, SoCal Karen. There are a lot of people in society that do these types of things, but now they're being videoed. That's the difference. So,
well, I'll tell you what. Last night I was actually at a bar. Last night I went out and had some fun for a buddy's birthday, and I was standing at the bar, and an African-American man behind me actually said, move, took his hand, and kind of like brushed me out of the way. That happened to me yesterday, Brian.
I don't know what to say to that.
That was
a touching story.
No, it was not. It's not a touching story. It's not supposed to be. But I'm saying like this thing.
So somebody was a little rude to you.
Not just a little rude. I mean, like literally didn't even recognize me as a human being and expected me to move out of his way because he had to get to the place that I was at.
So if somebody went up to you,
I'm saying like this, like you can't see what I'm just
if somebody
just like shoe fly shoe.
Okay.
I was treated like that by an African American man last night at a bar.
Okay.
This guy was maybe 5'6", 150 pounds, dressed like a cowboy. I don't care,
right,
whatever.
So somebody was rude to you for 5 seconds.
But I'm just saying, like things like this are taking place all over the country, and because of the way that the media is dividing us, I think that it is perpetuating it. I think that Fox News is partly to blame for what just happened with this woman, and I think that CNN is partly to blame for what happened with me last night. Obviously, the situations are different. What I'm saying is we are not looking at each other as Americans. We are looking at each other by the color of our skin. And we are factoring all these different things that are being put into our brain by various members of media, and we are letting those things influence our daily actions and our decisions.
Okay, so let me respond to what you
You're
just
gonna
said.
get your ass kicked by my family. They're gonna f you up.
Ridiculous, totally ridiculous.
All right, so here's my response.
To your credit, you didn't say that to him.
Yeah,
Of course not. No.
So let me respond.
Absolutely not.
Let me respond to your story.
But I would never do that to somebody.
so-
I would never say move and then shoo him like a fly away. I
So-
would never in a million years do that.
So let me just.
and I don't know who would do that.
All right, so let me, if I can, let me respond.
Sure,
to what you
absolutely,
just
please do.
said. People are rude to me every day. I get situations.
This wasn't
Okay,
rude.
so if I can-
was
you gotta
like
let me talk more than 3 seconds.
you are like you don't matter on like you don't need to be here. You have no business being standing where you are right now. That is my place where I need to stand, and you have to move. And I'm not even gonna recognize you. He didn't even look at me. He just said move and then just looked down and did a shoe motion with his hand.
Okay, so let me start over.
Okay.
I'm sorry that somebody was rude to you. He didn't call you a cracker.
He did not call me
if I
any
could-
racial slur
okay,
whatsoever.
If I could just finish.
Right.
He didn't call you a cracker. He didn't say anything racist towards you. You don't know if he was a little rude to you for a couple seconds because you're white and he's black. Here's what I will say. In this types of audio that we play, it's blatant racism.
I totally agree.
And I am not going to blame CNN or Fox News for somebody's ignorance. And let me be very clear. It's not like somebody puts on the television one day and watches these BLM protests, and then all of a sudden they decide to be a racist. Okay, I've been around the block to know that when somebody has that type of hatred in their body, it's not a news report on a BLM protest that is all of a sudden going to call somebody the N-word or tell somebody to go back to their country. You know what it stems from? I'll tell you what it stems from, and it has zero to do with the media. It stems from upbringing and hatred. That's what it stems from. I'm sorry that somebody was rude to you. That sounds like the guy was extremely rude to you, buzzing you off, telling you to move. But if you told me that he made a racist term towards you, or he told you go back to, I don't know, the Klan or something, then I think we could compare your situation to what happened here. We have an Asian woman, and you have this old hack racist who was calling her racist terms, telling her to go back to her country, and going on a tirade, and this woman did absolutely nothing wrong. I understand you did nothing wrong also. But I'm sorry, I'm not trying to diminish somebody being rude to you, but I think there is a far cry between somebody saying, hey, man, move, and what we just heard.
You're gonna get your ass kicked by my family. They're gonna f you up.
Yeah, all because she's Asian. That is racist. And how do we know it was racist? Because she told her to go back to her country and get the hell out of the country. Big difference there. That's all I'm saying.